Hi, Marcus here from Studio One Expert. So today I thought we'd have a little look at creating custom multiband compressors using the splitter. Now, if you haven't already checked it out, David did a fantastic video a little while back on using the splitter, which should basically give you a really good grasp of how powerful the splitter is and the kind of routing that we can accomplish by using the splitter. So to keep it simple today, I just want to take this bass track here and I want to build my own custom multiband compressor. The first thing we're going to do here is I'm going to just make a decision to say I'm going to split this bass up into 3 different frequencies. So if we have a quick listen to this. So let's just say I want to do some different processing on this, and it's kind of equivalent to what I would do in another DAW by malting this track out or splitting it 3 ways. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I want to go ahead and I'm going to insert 3 different compressors. So we'll head over to PreSonus here, and we'll head over to Dynamics, and we're going to insert a compressor onto the bass track. So I've done this. Now I'm just going to copy this down. So we've got 3 compressors now on this track. So now let's just go ahead and click the routing tab here, and I want to go ahead and add a splitter. Now I want to split this into 3 different signals. Okay, so now one of the things here, I'm just going to do that quickly. So now we've got a splitter that is split 3 different ways. So I'm going to go with the frequency split here. And you can see that I have 2 different frequencies. So let's just ballpark some frequencies over here. Let's say up to here, somewhere around here on the first one, and then up to somewhere around here on the second one. And then the third one would occupy everything from 1.63K and above. So we can do a couple different things here to isolate which leg of the splitter that we want to listen to. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the second and third splitter, which is just going to leave this one open here. So let's click this compressor here. I'm going to open that up. Now we're just going to be hearing the low content. So I can make any adjustments to this here that I'd want. Okay, for argument's sake, let's just say that that's what we're going for. So I'm going to go back into my routing tab here. I'm going to click the splitter and let us disconnect that. Now let's listen to the center leg, which would be channel 2 of the splitter. I'm going to double click this compressor. Okay, for argument's sake, let's say that that's what we're after. Now we're going to go back to the routing here. I'm going to click the splitter, and I want to disconnect channel 2, and we're going to listen to the last split, which is the top end. I'm going to double click this. Okay, make some adjustments here. Okay, we're going to say that we're happy with that for argument's sake. So now back to the routing here. Now the next thing I want to do here is I want to listen to all 3 channels here. So we're going to be listening to the sum of all of these 3 signals put together. Let's bypass that. Okay, so we want to get some of that low end back, so I can even open up this compressor here. So let's leave this open here, and I'll double click this. And now I'm adjusting the compressor 1, which is the low end of our splitter. Okay, so that sounds pretty good. Let's go to the second one. Okay. Now let's say that we wanted to take something like a fat channel and put that across everything. So I'm going to go ahead and drag the fat channel, and this is going to go across the entire bass now. Okay, for argument's sake, we're going to say that we're happy with that. And let's listen to our before and after. So what we've just done here, really quickly, as a quick overview, we've taken the entire track as if though we've duplicated it 3 times. We have a compressor on each of those tracks with entirely different settings, and then we're taking all 3 of those tracks and basically bussing them out to another track, and then we've got an instance of fat channel on that track. Now, if you're really happy with this, we can take this and we can save it as a channel preset. So we can go over here and I can store effects chain. I could save this as bass 1. We're going to click OK. Now, anytime that I wanted to use that particular setup, all that routing's already been done for me. So I can now go ahead, I can remove all. If I wanted to take this really quickly, and I wanted to apply that effects chain, or at least the starting point of that effects chain, I can quickly say, you know what, I'd like that routing and I want to apply it to it. So let's go over to bass 1. Now, I know what you're thinking, but the levels are all going to be different. Well, then we can use event-based gain to drive this audio into the front end of all these compressors, which have all been tweaked to sit relative balance to each other. I can move the event gain either up or down until I'm hitting the front end of the compressors as hard as I want. And we already have that basic balance of all 3 tracks together. So that's an example of creating your own custom multi-band compressors and storing it as an effects chain so you can use it in future projects. Now, the real power of this particular workflow using the splitter really comes into play when you start involving some third-party plugins, so you could have some particular favorites either by UAD, Softtube, Sonox, Waves. You can mix and match different compressors until you get the exact type of tone you're looking for. Anyways, I hope you guys got something from this, and we'll talk to you later. Cheers.